scrub that grill, patty bitch, clear that table. Clear that table, dance, clean the grease. Clean the grease, bitch. Cut the onions, fuck off. Flip that patty, bitch. Drop them fries, bitch. Flip that patty, bitch. Getting that minimum wage like a bitch ass patty flipper. You are. Want cheese with that? Want cheese with that, bitch? That'll be $8. That'll be $8, please. Count my change. Count my change, asshole. Suck these nuts. Suck these nuts, bitch. Flip that patty, bitch. Drop them fries, bitch. Flip that patty, bitch. Getting that minimum wage like a bitch ass patty flipper. You are. Stay in your wage cage. Stay in your wage cage, bitch. Make that burger butthole. Put beef in the taco. Put beef in the taco. Moose knuckle, don't talk back, or you'll find yourself working at a low. Oh, Joe Silver, sucking dick for pennies out by the dumpster. Seasoning fried chicken. Smash that burger on the grill. Get them fries out of the kitchen. Get out your name tag, that same. My name is Bill. Ooh. Flip that patty, bitch. Drop them fries, bitch. Flip that patty, bitch. Getting that minimum wage like a bitch ass patty flipper. You are.
Truck nuts on the back of my truck. It's an 18-wheeler, and the hitch sticks out back with a big swinging sack. I'm a working man. I gotta get this load to Tulsa by 3 a.m. Yeah, I got a big truck and big old truck nuts. Truck nuts on the back of my truck. It's a 93 Bronco and the engine is fucked. The check engine light's been on for about 3 years. It caused my ex-wife many tears. That bitch. But I don't really care. I got truck nuts. Big motherfucking truck nuts. Yeah! I got a truck. I don't got a whole lot of luck. The fender's falling off and the engine is stuck, but I got truck nuts. Yeah! I got a truck and I got some truck nuts. Truck nuts. They're shiny as fuck. They're big, beautiful truck nuts.
Truck nuts on the back of my truck. It's a monster truck. It's loud as fuck. It has 500 horsepower. That goddamn thing can climb a tower.
It has 45-inch tires and a 24-inch lift. I pull all kinds of pussy in it. Yeah, I got a big truck and it's got big ass nuts. Truck nuts on the back of my truck. It's a 91 Silverado and it has 300,000 miles on it. But it still runs great for a piece of shit. It gets 8 miles to the gallon. Yeah, I got a truck and big swinging nuts. Yeah, I got a truck. I don't got a whole lot of luck. The fender's falling off and the engine is stuck, but I got truck nuts. Yeah, I got a truck and I got some truck nuts. Truck nuts, they're shiny as fuck. They're big, beautiful truck nuts.
All right, test. Let's see if you guys can hear me. All right. Just trying to get this started. Rocket, buddy, I know you want to be up here right now, but no, don't just flip flop everywhere. Jesus fucking Christ. All right. Let's see. So, what do we got going on today? Well, we're gonna learn ourselves a little bit about image generation and then pulling that into our different things so that we can actually make all of our different content. And so we're going to kind of workshop a scene in the upcoming part 10. So, yeah. Oh, that was fucking YouTube. Just so that you guys are aware, YouTube has demonetized my channel. So the one day that I was able to stream and get super chats and shit, that is no longer a thing. There is something with AdSense. It was mainly my fault in screwing it up, and I can't do anything for 32 days. So, if you guys would like to show support, the only option I currently have is the Buy Me a Coffee link. I think it's in the description. But if you guys do feel like you want to do that, go for it. I'll read any messages that are there. Also, I'm going to do things in chat. It's never necessary, though. It's never anything that I require. I just know that, if people want to support, they certainly can. If I don't make a dime off of this, I don't really care. So with that being said, we're gonna get into making some cool shit. The reason why, so high level, if you guys haven't set up an AdSense account, I had a work project and I had to prototype a website. And when I was doing that website, I created an AdSense account as part of a Gemini API key thing because it needed to have a Cardano file to charge for credits. And when I did that, I signed it up as the website instead of as an individual. And so it was thinking that I was an organization instead of an individual. So because of that, they pulled it and said that I have to reapply in 32 days. Volume is a bit low. And how's that? Is that better? We're gonna test here. Is that a better volume? Better. Okay. I'm gonna go with it's probably better. Adjust this fucking mic. I need to get one of those boom stands that everybody fucking has. This desk I have, I don't think is gonna work. It's like this big wooden desk, but like it's thick with like drawers and shit, and you can't like clamp anything down to it. So I just have this really ghetto like tripod mic thing that is just like right here. I can't really do anything with it. So, okay, awesome. So, what I am going to show you guys today is how I have been working on more scenes and some of the cool shit that I've had. Um, and I've also been messing around more with Kling. So for those that don't know what's currently out there, we have two different ways of generating video that are reasonable. We don't ever want to deal with anything that is not these two unless they actually do audio. But to my knowledge, Veo and Kling 2.1 are the only two that actually do audio, lip sync, and all of that. And when you're generating AI content, uh, it's it saves so much fucking time to have it generate all of the audio, do all the dialogue and everything for you. It is so amazing to have that. And it saves a lot of time. Well, yeah, it saves a lot of time, and maybe you don't get exactly the dialogue or the delivery that you're really going for. You can get kind of close, but generally speaking, the amount of time it would take to sit there and like lip sync everything and do all of that, it would be a real fucking pain in the ass. You know, it's like having some random person that's never seen a movie try and ADR a line. Like that would be it's ridiculous. So I would uh, only recommend using Veo 3 if you can. It's expensive, but it's the best. Um, or you can do Kling 2.1. 2.1 is really good. 2.1 also does have DeepSeek that you can use in order to fine tune some of your prompts. It's not as complete as Gemini is. Gemini for prompt enhancement is the best, but just having something in here is really, really good. Um, and yeah, Chat GPT crying. Well, not necessarily. I'll get to Chat GPT in a moment, but for video, I would never ever use them. Um, so we're gonna go through what you can do with Kling, what you can do with Veo, and I'm gonna show actually two scenes that use the exact same prompt, and you guys can kind of see which one, you know, works. Um, but generally speaking, Kling is the only alternative. It is cheaper than Veo. Don't get me wrong; it absolutely is cheaper, but it does have that old AI grossness to it, and I don't. Um, it doesn't have that cinematic or like actual camera work feel to it. You'll kind of see what I mean when we go into doing stuff. But the reason I say that ChatGPT is not dead is for so when I make a lot of images or I storyboard things, for example, if you guys haven't seen when I made Nux, I had storyboarded that in here. And so the thing that's nice about OpenArt, and there's a few others out there, but OpenArt is the one that I trust, and they seem to be pretty. They have the best features that I have seen personally. You can have multiple characters that are consistent in something. So like, there's a lot of shit that you can do in OpenArt. You can create characters from just text, or you can upload reference images. I used it myself to create my own AI avatar. It looks pretty much exactly like me, but I used it in here because I wanted to make business cards and I kind of wanted to play with some weird, wacky ideas. And yeah, that went nowhere. I mean, you know, the business cards it made were pretty cool, but yeah, I don't need that working at a fucking call center. So, OpenArt. We're gonna start with this because this is where you can generate your ideas and your scenes. This is some super super fucking cool shit. So in OpenArt, what I can do is um, in the create function where it says model or character. So I have characters that I have trained, um, and then there's also some other models that you can use in order to generate shit. So Flux is really good. You can do NSFW stuff with it if you want to. I haven't tried it with the latest dev or with Context Max, but I know that you can do some shit. Same thing with Juggernaut. But GPT Image One, that's where I made the poster for it. So it's pretty cool shit. Um, uh, let's see. If you wanted Gimli, I could just ask for it. Well, not necessarily. It depends on if it understands what that is. So I'll kind of go through that in just a minute, and then yeah, okay, cool. Um, so what I'm gonna do is show you guys the difference between the two different models. Also, I do apologize. There is a thunderstorm, so if you guys hear anything, or if all of a sudden the stream dies, I cannot control the weather right now, unfortunately. Okay, so I'm just doing this with GPT Image One, and now we're gonna do with Context Max, and we're just gonna slap this through, and we're gonna see kind of what it does. So, okay, we're generating. All right, so exact same prompt using the different models, and this is also kind of goes into what I'm saying about Veo and Kling, right? So, with GPT Image One, perfect, right? I actually like that one. I'm gonna take that. That works. Um, so this one and this one, these are from GPT. I like how that generated. I think it looks great. That's kind of what I wanted. It understood pixel art style. That's cool. Um, and it did everything. It did good with the actual lettering, so it's pretty. It's a good generation, right? It's not trash. Is it the best thing I've ever seen? No, of course it's not. But it's not bad. Whereas if I use Flux, I, I didn't ask for anime. I asked for pixel art. It's still an okay image, but at the end of the day, it's not what I wanted. So when you're using the models, it's important to understand which ones are actually good and which ones suck dick. There's a lot of them that suck dick. That's also important to know which ones are current. And most of the time, it's hard for you to really do that if you don't really dig into it more. So with context, right? Context is the latest and greatest. I mean, technically Dev is, but standalone models, context is the latest and greatest. And then GPT Image One is right up there with it. Currently, GPT Image 1, I feel, is superior because it is better at getting exactly what I'm wanting out of it. But yeah. Is it free? No, it is not free, unfortunately. What you're going to find is that if you're wanting a good image generator, it's going to be really difficult to find anything that's actually genuinely free that provides, some in depth shit. Um, and yes, Gemini for image creation and Whisk, I do not recommend doing that. It fucking blows. It is some seriously awful shit. Um, the other thing that OpenArt does, and I know it's like a little ad for it, but I don't really care because it's an extremely useful tool. There's a whole bunch of other things that you can do. Some of these suck. The sticker generator can be kind of cool. I've made some stickers that way. The ultimate upscale. This thing is fucking sick. Uh, let's see here. What's a good one? Um, I need to see if I can find the original images for these. Give me one second. So, ultimate upscale. There's a lot of times where I've had just like a shitty starter image, and I wanted it to do something cool with it. Uh, Yeah, okay, we'll do that. All right, so I'll use this one as an example, right? So this is one that I generated. I don't fucking know, dude. I made this. Can I actually see in the metadata? When was this made? 2023. So 2 years ago, right? This is what it was able to come up with. It's not great, It's kind of cool, but it's not nothing amazing. I brought it in here to upscale it. Oh, it does actually have the slider. I forgot about that. To upscale it, and it was able to upscale it to this. So the ultimate upscale, you can give it some cool stuff. It's really really fucking cool to be able to upscale some shittier stuff. Yeah, I was going for a cyberpunk feel. I wanted. I don't remember what car it was in Cyberpunk 2077, but it was like it was like a little rally car, but with off-road wheels, and I thought that looked so fucking cool. So I wanted to generate that, and like so that was the original one, and then that was the upscale of that. So the ultimate upscale, absolutely amazing to be able to make cooler content, and just improve things. Like this was already a pretty cool image. Didn't really improve it much. In fact, on the upscale, it made it worse. So in some instances, it's just not worth it. But yeah, it's pretty cool. So ultimate upscale, that's one thing that's really good and really useful. And then the one that I also use a lot. So I'm pretty retarded when I do things. So this is the poster that I had made, and I was like, man, all right, that looks great. Let's do it, right? I didn't realize until after I had uploaded it and people started watching it that this should be a lot higher and this should be a lot lower because that just doesn't work. So what I did is I brought it into the ultimate, or I'm sorry, ultimate, whatever the fuck, the extender. So then I can actually pad out the top and the bottoms and the sides. So like if you have a generation where you're like, dude, I just want to see a little bit more on what's on the sides, that's a really really cool feature. Civit AI. I mean, there are some free ones out there. Just be careful about what they're offering you because you don't know what they're really going for. You don't know what they're caching. You don't know what kind of data they're collecting. Nothing is free. If it's free, it's free for a reason. So just be careful. Look at reviews, and if it is free, try to give it as minimal information as possible. That's the best recommendations that I can give. Don't give companies data collection shit for free. Let's see here. I'm just going through chat a little bit just to see what's in there. Use this to make your pick better. Yeah, you can use it to make things better. I have actually used it. I mean, in the upscale, I used it to improve stuff that I had made before. It's pretty fantastic. And then, I've also had things that I've drawn. There's also one where my daughter had drawn a picture, and it was like a little. It was a horse, but it's more like an oval with sticks growing out of it, and I decided to enhance that a little bit, and I was able to here, and that was pretty fun to do. But generally speaking, it's a powerful tool. You can reference up to 4 images. It depending on the model. Some of them have even more stuff than that for guidance. You can upscale it. So I always do. Well, not always, but most of the time I do 16 by 9, and then I'll upscale it a little bit. This is what I had to do actually for the album artwork for Truck Nuts. Let me going on a tangent here. Let me the fact that I am seeing this in Spotify is God damn. So yeah, to make that image right there, it needed to be a 3,000 by 3,000 resolution image, and so I just made one here and upscaled it to fuck, and then uploaded it. So this has some pretty cool shit. Stability matrix. Okay, so I am going to give the caveat of yes, image generation is something that you can absolutely install and you can do locally. It is 100% something you can do. Super easy to be able to do, to install. Now to be able to run, yeah, I would say if you don't have at least a 3060, you're gonna have a bad fucking time. But there's a lot of really good ones that you can get to start working on it. If you want the latest and greatest of more context, like in here, um, you're gonna need a lot more than that. Flux, I believe, can be run locally, if I remember. If somebody knows, they can post it in chat. I don't really remember, but you can do image local. That is something you can absolutely do. So if you want to do something for free, you can do that. You can also do it in Google. So fuck, where is the Notebook LLM? Or I don't know if it's an LLM, but there's the Google Notebook. I know you can install stuff on there. You can go on Hugging Face and you can find stuff and then install it through Google Notebook. So it's pretty cool. But yeah, it is expensive if you need the hardware for it. So what we're going to do is we are going to sit here. We're going to swap to GPT image, and we are going to make a scene. So let's hear some let's hear some fun ideas that you guys might have. What would be something great to have in part 10? Let's make this a little community, a little community Easter egg. Yes, you can do it. I mean, you can technically do it on any card that has, I would say at least 8 gigs of VRAM, but generally speaking, you need something. Let's see. What would be something fun? Let me get a. I don't really know who I want it. Who should be the main star of this little thing? You know what? Let's do something with Charlie. Son recruits Luffy. That's not gay enough. It's got to be something fucking spicy. Let's do this. Let's do a midget with Down syndrome that has long, flowing, dark brown hair. Nope, no. Long, wavy, dark brown hair, a wizard hat, black t-shirt that's with a skull and the words pirate software. Let's put those in quotes because it's not fucking Veo. Let's see what's this idiot wearing? Rainbow pants because he's gay. He's a degenerate fucking furry. So what the fuck is he gonna foxtail and okay. Hold on. Something a midget and foxtail in front. of a McDonald's while laughing hysterically. Okay. Yeah, I don't give a fuck. All right, GPT may say I don't want to do this because it's a safety. All right, so that means we're going to the place that doesn't care about safety. Generate furry loafers. Maybe we'll see what this does. So, okay, I've been trying so fucking hard to get it to actually obey the voice commands, to have it like with a deep voice or with a high pitched voice. And the only time I was able to get it right was with Nux and his little laughter there. Okay. What the fuck? What's this gonna generate? Oh, god damn it. It's not, it didn't do widescreen. Hold up. Now we're generating more. That's not is beating the shit out of. All right, let's try that one, because that's just some gay shit right there. I don't want to see that. Nope. Okay, so it's taking the laughter there at the end. That's fucking gay. Yeah, I don't want to see that anymore. Oh, I didn't understand that. See, here's the thing. All right, that's not what I'm trying to get it to do. That's cool. Let's see what Veo does. Let's just fucking. Let's see what this does. And to be even better, we're gonna do it here. Yeah, I need him to be full. I want them to be full giga retard. I think that would be fucking hilarious. Okay. So just to kind of show the differences really quick, while this is working. So yeah, you can use OpenArt in order to make all this shit, right? Flux gets around a lot of stuff. The sensors aren't exactly like, there are some, but it gets around a lot. But when we bring it into what is this? What have I made? Oh god. Why does it do? Okay, let me, but before I play whatever the fuck. Oh, and it's Veo too. Oh no. Oh no. No. Why does it do this? It's every okay, but let me just put this out there. Out of every like 5 generations with Charlie, it fucking makes it a cartoon. I mean, hey, it made him a Downy. That's what I wanted it to do. But goddamn, that's I. All right, cool. Just drop it in the trailer. I mean, sure, we'll do that. We'll put this fucking trash in there. So, okay, well that was Veo 2, so that's why it generated so fast. But just as an example, before we get into some real retardation here, so Pirate Downey Jr. I think that's officially how he is going to be referred to from now on. In fact, let me see. midget right here. Okay, so this is going to be his official description. So if you guys want his actual description, you guys want to generate your own, there you go. There's the prompt. God damn it! I just looked over. So I have 3 screens, right? So I have one where I'm looking at you guys over here that they're talking and shit, and then I have some other just background stuff that I'm monitoring, right? And then on my other screen, I have like my Google Docs and other stuff where I have everything written down for characters. Because, when you have so many characters like I've been fucking making, you have to keep everything kind of in one place. So you're not just constantly going back and forth. So I just saw Nux's fucking description. God damn it. Okay. Pirate. Downey Jr. Okay. Okay. All right. So what we're going to do is I'm going to show you guys really quick the differences between what Veo can do in a fight scene and what Kling can do in a fight scene. They're both. You'll kind of see what I mean. So this is an example of a fight scene. Oh, you know what? That's some shit. Let's just do this. Right? So that's an example of, it's like, okay, like it's kind of, it is whatever, right? But, all right. And then Kling. But it has this aura of just jank to it. And you can see like the morphing, it isn't clean, right? You can get things done with Kling. Don't get me wrong. Kling's great for a lot of things, and especially for really cheap stuff, or things that don't need a whole lot going on. Kling is great for stuff, but generally speaking, I mean, you got to be when you're making content, you want to use what the best is if you can afford it, and Veo is just far superior to Kling. Runway, I know there's some people that have been talking to me about Runway. Runway is not good. Runway is no bueno. It doesn't do audio, and at this point, if an image generator doesn't do audio, what's the point? All right. All right, that's a bit better. But why is it in India? I didn't. Why? He's. I mean, I guess it makes sense. Oh, that was because it was fast. Okay, we'll do one with quality. Let's only do. Yeah, let's do 2. The other thing about Veo that you have to understand is, to get this to generate, this is 2 successful generations out of 4, and then I had to reattempt it multiple times to get around the sensors with about Down syndrome shit. So, I mean, I don't know why it's in India, but hey, I mean, that is a clip. That is something. I don't know why. Whatever, dude. Yeah, South Park is real. That's a little bit of the vibes that I was kind of going for. I want everybody to be equally not necessarily offended, but what's the word? I guess when I'm making these, what I always think of is I want the biggest caricature that I can make of somebody. So I over accentuate what describes that person, right? Charlie, I don't have to really do anything. He has sweatpants, he has a white t-shirt, he has long hair and a beard, and his eyes are usually more closed than most normal people. But yeah. Um, it's a thing. God damn it. That that right there is. Let me. Can I get like a here? Let's do this. There we go. Let's do that. Here we go. Let's take a fucking screenshot there. Perfect. Pirate Downey Jr. Champion for I don't know what corporate game devs. God, he's so fucking stupid. Um so yeah, the other thing that I wanted to show this too. The Gemini is also trained on a whole bunch of shit. Is that going to be the thumbnail of part 10? You know what? That would actually be a really good idea. He would be so fucking mad and people would be so confused. Like, what is this? Necklaces for Tectone, Asmon, and Donut. Yeah, I would. Um, the one for Asmon, that's easy. That's super easy to do. The one for Tectone, I'm trying to find somewhere that actually does those, and I'm trying to get them to do like 3PL shit so that I can actually uh have everybody be able to buy them instead of um just so that it's like I know this is what I want it to look like. Anyone can go and get them made, but I'm trying to see what I can do for that. And then Donut, I don't know what to do about that one. I'll have to figure out what that would look like. But yeah, I don't have a problem sending it to them. Um, oh no, McDougal's. I okay, cool. That is a scene. Um, you know what? Let's do this. I've been fucking around with this. Let's do something with Nux because I'm sure he'll fucking. I actually saw that he watched the um the trailer and was entertained. All right, so let's do uh sewer tunnel. Let's see. What are we doing here? Seen as it's a dimly lit sewer tunnel, um, with um water looking like no. I don't need to do that. It's a dimly lit sewer tunnel, and then we want it to have fuck. It's no, I don't need him finding something. Uh, okay, so he's gonna be moving through with a flashlight, looking around, scared. Um, all right. Let's see. What's he gonna say? What's he gonna say to drops from the ceiling? Yep, there we go. Throws gold coins at. All right, and okay, what are we gonna have him say at this point? What are we gonna do? So in this scene, we have Nux, we have Hassan. Okay, they're in a dimly lit sewer tunnel. Hassan is freaking out. He is scared with a flashlight, trying to see what's going on. Maybe we'll change where it is, but the idea of the scene is uh for my Torah. All right, you know what? That works. Okay. All right. Love it. Uh just because I know it may take more than one. Here we go. All right. So, do we like do we like this concept of where Hassan is? I think it would be funny for Nux to just be like this little fucking golem creature who is uh the Hassan's personal demon out to get him. I think that would be just hilarious. um Throwing gold dust? No, 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 no. I'm not. Well, throwing gold dust like pocket sand. Yeah, but I think it would. We'll see what it does here with the gold coins. So at first he's throwing gold coins, and then he says "for my Torah" before just laughing. I want it to be controlled chaos. I want it to just be just wacky, wild, just shit. I want for I just want it just to be just what is even happening. Crawl down the wall like an alien. So instead of dropping from the ceiling, okay. Okay, hold on. Let me do this. It's on the ceiling and crawls down the walls. Uh, Hassan's flashlight. Shines on Nux, and Nux. Okay, let's do that. All right, so it's like an alien scene where he's on the ceiling, he's crawling down the walls, flashlight shines on him, and then just starts throwing gold coins at Hassan. Let's try this. Let's see what this does. Uh Idubbbz? No, Idubbbz is busy getting pegged by Anissa, while Anissa is getting railed by a bull. So no, we don't need to do that. They're busy. Close up of Hassan's face. Yeah, I mean I could do that, but the problem is, how would I word that? I need to figure out how I would get that to generate because I like the concept. Um, Maybe it'll be that, but instead of just like he okay. So what if it's like that where it's on I don't know, he's getting his nails painted or some dumb gay shit, right? And then over the corner over his his shoulder, the Nux just his face appears and just says something. Hassan turns and nothing is actually there. I don't know. Uh did I actually figure that out? No. Let's see. All right. Oh fuck. That's terrifying. Oh no. Oh god. Oh. Oh shit. Oh god. Okay. That's a thing. Nope, that's just throwing it on the ground. See, here's the thing that's great about AI is once you have it generate right the first time, uh, you could keep saying if you can get a better shot.
For my Torah.
Oh God. Oh no. Oh no. It's he almost looks like the fucking Terrifier. Um what is this?
For my Torah.
Okay, it's he's not throwing the gold coins. Okay, let's do this. All right. Gemini, where you at? We're going to do this and enhance my prompt for Veo 3. Okay. And then we're going to do this. Yeah, I know I can refine it. I like the concept.
For my Torah.
It's not it's okay, let's see here. Refined and direct. Okay, let's try this. Stop generating, you fucking piece of shit. Okay, thank you. Let's try this. No, so when you're generating videos, so question is if you're able to add key phrase HR Geiger, would that help? No, it would not. Unfortunately, the problem that you run into is with Veo specifically. If I try and generate something, and I give it, and there's certain key phrases that it doesn't like, and so if I try and do that, it will not generate, and it'll just throw an error and said that this is against our content guidelines or whatever. So but it works with other things, right? Like I was able to do the Ford Raptor. I just said black F-150 Ford Raptor, right? It knew exactly what that was. In some cases, it made it look like a Raptor R, and sometimes a normal one. But it did the body work that it looked exactly like a Raptor, and then it also did the Ford logo on the front. Like I didn't do anything. In fact, let me go here. Ford. That's not what I wanted. Okay. So, this is all this prompt was. Cinematic race scene through a busy suburb in Texas. A F-150 with truck nuts racing through a rundown neighborhood. That is all that I said, right? And it knew exactly how to make a F-150 Raptor. So some things it understands. Other things it has no fucking idea what's going on. So it's really weird. You have to be really careful about what you put in there, and some things you have to over describe, and other things you are just you're baffled as to why it doesn't understand something simple. Truck nuts, I know it won't do that because it's fucking you know fucking balls. But the I when I first generated Tectone, I actually intended for it to be like actual like truck nuts on his necklace. But the fact that it did words, I thought was far funnier, so I kept that. Okay. So let's do this. So all right, we're gonna have another prompt. Holy shit, this whole thing is a fucking prompt? That's awesome. Okay. Let's try this. Okay, so this is the first one. Nope. Nope. Not working. Come on. Let's do this. This next generation has to work. This is some fucking descriptive ass shit. Come on. If it doesn't work, whatever. We'll figure something out. But this is the one serious limitation with AI is that when it comes to like if two characters are interacting, right? They're talking to each other, anything like that. Oh no. Oh no. Hold on. That was it. I promise. That was just in Veo too. I didn't mean for that to generate. Oh no. That's not what it was supposed to generate. God damn it. The banjo and the God damn it, dude. This is also one thing that I love about doing this shit is that sometimes you're just prompting and you're in a scene, you have an idea, it's serious or like you have a tone, and then out of nowhere it's just like, yeah, we're just gonna do this for you instead. We're gonna waste your tokens, but it's just like, what is this? Yeah, in this it made him a fucking leprechaun. Where is second? Where's my prompt? I don't know where that went. Oh, wait, I'm fucking retarded. It's on this screen. Okay, so we're gonna actually go up and we're gonna see what we generated for Dude, Kling can't do fucking text. Well, if that doesn't tell you where this fucking thing is hosted at. All right. Okay. Here we go. We're waiting on Veo 3. Now, when you guys are looking at the when you guys are doing things with Veo, it doesn't even matter if you decide to use Kling, right? If you use Kling, cool. If you use Veo, cool. But the number one thing you're going to be doing while you do that is it's going to be waiting. You're just going to be sitting here waiting for this percentage to go up. If it fails because of moderation, if it's an image that it fails on, it's going to fail at about 20%. If it fails from audio generation, it fails at 80%. And if it fails because it just can't do what it's doing, then it's going to be about, usually it just is stuck at 99%. And it never goes anywhere. No, that wasn't just sim speech. That was some fucking Gookanese shit there. That's what that was. Yeah, it's fucking Gookanese. That's all that is. Alright.
For my Torah.
Okay.
For my Torah.
Alright. I'm gonna have to work on this some more. I gotta figure out what this prompt is gonna be. Let's see here. Is there a Veo mode where you just pay for prompts? No, well, okay, here's the thing. For Veo, you need to have, if you buy into Flow, right? Or we get the $250 package or whatever it is. I don't remember if there's a discount still on it, but I know that you could have gotten it for 50% off for your first 3 months. But that, I don't know if that's still running, but you do have to get that in order to get access to Flow, which means that it removes the watermark in your videos. I mean, you can use other things to get rid of it, but generally speaking, you got to do that in order to get the highest quality. And then you don't pay per, you kind of pay, you pay per generation, right? So I got to top off my credits here because it's about, actually, I didn't have that many yesterday. Oh, hold on one second. Well, that'll do it. Okay, so I billed today. Great. I mean, that's fine. I was gonna fucking pay for or re up some more credits today, anyways, to keep working on this. But it's 100 credits per generation. So just fucking around with these, that's been $2 right there, just burned on generating these. And some of these I will take and I'll splice parts together. But generally speaking, you have to buy all of your credits up front and then top them off whenever you get there. There's nothing where you can pay per prompt, unfortunately. What I will say is that you can do in Gemini. So let me pull this over really quick. So in Gemini, you can generate in here, and let's see. So you can generate in here, right? And
Fucking lobsters for money. Money makes the world go round.
so you can generate in here. It does have the little watermark here in the bottom, but you can absolutely generate. You don't have to pay the $250 thing to get access to Flow. Flow is like is much more for like filmmaking and storyboarding and shit like that. Like if I go back and I look at all my generations, excuse me. So if I look at all my different generations, I have all of the different things that are in here. Some of these are blank because I never ended up using that project space. But in order to get access to this, where you can have it all in one place, that is what will actually cost extra. You can do I mean, if you want to be able to set everything up in Gemini so you can better keep track of it, know your keywords for things. I mean, you can do it that way, and you can do free trial, and I believe it's 10 credits per day, or 10 videos a day that you can generate. I don't. Someone please correct me if I'm wrong though. I don't remember if it's 5 or if it's 10. But yeah. That was actually the first. Was one of the first versions of Tectone, and I thought it was funny, but I thought I could do better than that. So, um, yeah, more metal songs. I actually do have more that I've been generating. I'm actually gonna do some music here in a second, um, and show you guys some cool shit with Suno because I've liked a song and I got really mad that it didn't generate right. So I'll show you guys that in a second. But yeah, this is the yeah, definitely the gayer one. This is the real Tectone right here. Um, too much hair, yeah, just a little bit. It's kind of hard to get it to be right every single time, just because you're just text prompting. I've tried. Let me steak and eggs. Where was it? God damn it, dude. It's just. Oh, this one. Here you go. Here's a fun little sneak preview.
Stop smoking, Charlie! I'm gonna call my dad. He made World of Warcraft. He'll sort you out.
Is my actual? Oh, god damn it! Hold on. Let me turn this shit up. Yeah. So, am I gonna do Emmy? I don't know. You'll have to find out. This is. Yeah, that one just has retarded sound in it. But that's where I got that image from that I put in Tectone's Discord. Just the dudes hanging out. Yeah, there's all kinds of shit that you can do with it. But this right here, this is an example where it was actually able to do first frame. So, real quick, just to kind of show you guys a little bit more of what you can do and what I'm also working on for part 10 is I can put in my prompt, right? I can put in my first frame of what I want to see. And so I can be like, okay, start from this frame. So I can choose the last frame of a generation and have it continue from that. Or I can be like, I want something leading up to it. And I can choose what I want, what the last frame is supposed to be. So there's little things you can do like that. And then the camera motion. So pretty cool stuff that you can really do. The audio that I have found, though, just if you guys do play with that, frames to video, it's very 50-50 if you get audio with it. Sometimes it will, sometimes it won't. Also, I would be careful about what you're putting in there. I would highly recommend that when you do it, you're only really doing like, I know this is going to be like, it's an actual scene, right? So when I did, I know some people have seen it before. We can actually go to the very first generations of Donut that I was trying to get. Yep, there's Tectone when he actually has an end pass. Don't know why it did that, but it did. Come on, there's a lot more. Let's see. Come on, let's keep going. Anime always looks on point. It can. There's some times where it looks jank as fuck. Here, okay. This was supposed to be an anime scene, right?
Forged in fire, bound by steel, our doom ascends.
And in here, I put that I wanted it to be an anime scene, but instead it decided to take elements from the 3D anime shit that people are doing now. So it's not like the classic anime style. It can be hit and miss. So like if you're trying to do this, also it doesn't generate perfectly. So like I cut it because instead of doing some weird shit. But classic anime. So if I say, hey, I want this to be classic anime, then some of them I did prompt with that. I didn't remember if this was one or not. But if I say that it's anime, it can be really 50-50 if it generates that or not. I'll show you another example in a minute of kind of what that does. But you have to be very specific about the style that you're going for. If you're not, then it's not going to understand shit. Sometimes AI does what it wants. Yeah. Okay, so this is the very first generation that I had of and this is, I believe this was actually Veo 2, and I didn't realize it, and I generated a couple, and I was like, oh god damn it, this is shit. Because there's no audio. It turns out it was Veo 2 instead of Veo 3. This image, let me pull it up really quick. So I was able to actually use a reference image for this. This was in the warehouse with all the cool shit we had. And if you know what gun that is, you're cooler than most people. Okay, so this is the original image. It has no idea what's up here. You know, it's still got the Invis 10s, the LA12P. Like, it got all this cool shit, right? But when I had it, let me do this. Make it a little smaller, just so we can have that as a reference. So it was able to take this. And it was able to generate stuff in the background when it panned up. So it's pretty cool when you can do first frame and generate things like this. I can't do anything about the subtitles. I wish I could, but it fucking sucks. There's nothing you can do. You can take it out with AI or whatever, using some other different tools. But generally speaking, you can't fucking do anything. It sucks. So, it's frustrating, to say the least. But sometimes you can get to generate, actually, I think it even kept the Loophole logo. That's impressive. I'm just noticing that. But generally speaking, I mean, you can get it to generate some cool stuff. There's a, fuck, what is that? What was that called? It's not Superior Defense. It was, god damn it, dude. It was some fucking tactical hype brand, and that was the Bong bag. That was a pretty cool little bag. Very expensive though. I know it's just a normal little bag with Desert Multicam, but it's like a $300-$400 bag for no good reason, in my opinion. It's just rare. The gun looks like it's custom. I'm going to tell you right now that gun is not custom. That is actually a factory rifle. That is the CSR. Good luck finding an actual legit Remington CSR. I can promise you won't. If you do find them, I had 3 of them, and each one of them sold complete as is because this is the actual deployment correct configuration. So this is what people actually use to do work. This was, I think, each one of them I sold for $21,000 or $22,000 a piece. So, yeah. Put multicam on anything? No, if you put multicam on shit, multicam is fucking gay. In my opinion, I am an M81 dude through and through. So, yeah, but no, it's not custom. This is just an extraordinarily rare rifle. If you know what it is, you know what it is. If you don't, I'm sorry that you missed out on knowing some really cool fucking lore. Where was the? Hold on. I need to go down this rabbit hole really quick. Because there's a gun that a lot of people don't know about that just has the coolest fucking name on the goddamn planet, and I need to see where it is. Give me just 1 second here while I look for it. Back in the day, so for those that aren't aware, Remington and Remington Defense are two separate. Remington Defense was a subsidiary of Remington. Remington Defense was cool as fuck, dude. They had some of the coolest things on the fucking planet. The problem with Remington Defense is they had an unlimited budget, and people took advantage of that unlimited budget after they were able to make a few cool things and get some contracts, and they really, really, really fucked people around and caused that whole thing to just die. And it was very sad and very irritating to see all of that go. So the Remington Defense ACR, that's what the ACR should have been, if we're being completely and totally honest. Nope, those are the... Oh, that's the fucking 338. Oh, okay, here we go. Let's get these. Here we go. I know we're taking a tangent. We're gonna talk just a tiny bit about guns. And I need to blur out this serial number so you can't see it. And this one doesn't have a serial number because it was a prototype. And it's just a chassis. Give me 1 second. Here, let me put something on screen that's going to be kind of cool. There you go. There's something cool. M60E6 with the Danish Tano kit. Okay, let's... You know what? Fuck it. I don't care about the serial number. It doesn't matter to me. Okay. So, a lot of people probably don't know what this is. This is super fucking cool, right? I didn't mean to derail me. It's okay, dude. I'm fucking ADHD. This happens all the time. It's not a big deal. Don't worry about it. So this right here, I know it looks like a normal gun, but I promise you this is not standard. This is a Remington Defense R10 Eraser. These guns were built for contracts out in for a specific contract in Tunisia to go and delete a whole bunch of fucking dudes. These guns did some fucking work. They are so fucking cool. Apologies for the thunder. So fucking cool. And these were actually the first large frame, small frame rifles that were out there. So right here in the front on this receiver, you have everything for an AR-10, but then when you get towards the back, this is actually small frame compatible. So you don't need AR-10 specific shit for back here, which is fucking wild. But yeah, these R10 erasers, these things are fucking cool. If you can ever find one, highly recommend. Also in the front, they had a really sweet little adjustable gas block that was very specific to the erasers themselves. Yeah, this is super fucking cool. Other thing that we had was this is the Remington PSR. So this was the original development chassis that they spent $500,000 making, and seeing that logo on something means you got something special. But this thing right here that we had for a while, we built this out into a full complete gun. If you can find an original Remington Defense catalog somewhere, on the cover we'll have another gun. We had all original prototype guns that they had, and so I had to track down the original scope and everything for these. But anyways, this is the original development chassis that was clear anodized. You can see the machining marks, imperfections. And if you're a machinist, I mean, just looking at this is like the work that went into machining these, kind of fucking insane. Another cool one is actual British L119A1, actually complete. And then I had a picture of, we had, where the fuck was it, dude? I don't remember where it is. I need to find the picture, though, because I swear I put it on here. I know it's on my phone, and I don't want to transfer it to my phone right now. Or, not transfer it to my phone, transfer it to my computer right now. But if I say it, then people are gonna say pics or it didn't fucking happen, and I wouldn't blame anybody for that take. We had the original L96A1, or I'm sorry, not A1, the original L96 Trials rifle, the green meanie, and then we had the Parker Hales rifle as well, all with complete kits. I'm trying to see if I have that somewhere on here, and I don't think I do. But anyways, sorry, tangent. Happens. Gun rabbit hole for a while. No. Yeah, we're gonna be done with that for right now. regardless, and I'm sure I'll do something, talking about that a little later. But anyways, there's so much shit that you can do with this. You're really just limited to your imagination. So, Gemini, still your best friend for being able to help with prompts, because Kling is kind of you can generate stuff. Here's what I'm gonna say: if you need B-roll footage of something, right? So if you need B-roll of a helicopter shot going over a forest, you need a beach scene where you're just seeing waves, crash against the shore. Anything like that, using something like Kling is probably a good idea because it's cheaper, it's easier, and the quality is kind of there. But if you want something that's going to be actually like cinematic and for your characters and stuff, you can't really beat Veo. It's kind of the best. Ao has to make him smaller to match his tiny head. Yes, it does. I have tried. I can't tell you how many fucking times I've tried in order to make it better. In fact, just because I really, really dislike him, just because he is he basically is a terrorist at this point. There you go. There is. Oh, god damn it. Hold on. Hold on. Well, that's gay. I was trying to post the prompt, and it's not letting me because it's too long of a message. How can I do this? What's the best way to do this? Here, let's do that. There we go. If anyone wants to generate Hassan in the style that I do, there is the prompt. I will give you a moment to copy it down if you would like to do that. I have no problems with anybody using this however you please. But that is how I have chosen to describe him. And just note that I did, in fact, put Tiny Head. I did ask him for Tiny Head, or I did ask for Tiny Head, and instead it made him a fucking midget with a giant head. So I don't know what that is, but if you can get it to generate otherwise, that would be amazing. So yeah, I tried to put I tried to put fucking Middle Eastern or whatever because he does look like a fucking Durka, but I couldn't, and it wasn't working, so I had to kind of figure out something. When the new music will come up or Spotify come up. Well, everything is on Spotify right now that I felt kind of should have been out there and isn't just like video specific. SoundCloud is where everything is going to be uploaded first because distribution takes a while and it has to be uploaded to SoundCloud first before I can do that. So I'm working on trying to get more things out. So yeah. All right. Dude, yeah, if I put fucking turkey in there, it's going to make him an actual fucking turkey. And I don't want to deal with that. What I am going to do really quick before I head out, I'm going to make me some breakfast here in a minute. And it is storming pretty good outside, so I got to go and check around the property. But I want to talk about music really quick. So this is Suno. Now, let me bring over other Suno. Okay, so this is Suno. This is one of the songs that I was originally playing with and trying to see would it work, but it didn't sound very good. And so one thing that I ran into is these are some of the earlier generations. So Suno is going to be the best that's out there. Udio's okay. I guess. I've never had anything that sounds good come from Udio, so Suno is the only one that I really use. To each their own. Hey, if something's good, cool. If something's bad, I mean, if it works for you, I use whichever works for you. Suno's the best for me, but I am gonna just real quick kind of go through how I've used this and what kind of goes on. So, I have been using this for quite a bit. I don't remember what my old account was. I had another account on here. I don't remember where it is. But V4 is the old way of doing, is the old model. 4.5 is the new one. Do they have a new one? No, they don't. So when you create something, right, you put your lyrics here, you have your style description here, and like some of these, like where I put like ghetto house or drum and bass or bossa nova or whatever, I could just do that. Or if I want to be more detailed, I can do and I want to emulate an artist, I can do like Venga Boys, right? Because I want to have some really gay shit go down. And then I can just have it take that, and then it'll automatically describe that in a bit more detail. The problem with doing this is that a lot of times it like you'll get kind of close to that style, but it's not going to be perfect. So instead, what you really should be doing is kind of describing more of the vibes that you want to go for, and use that. So it's, yeah, you got to kind of be careful about your style description, but just kind of think about what you like. Think about what's going to fit your song the best and what's going to fit your lyrics the best, right? If your lines are really long, like what's a good example of that?
Another fucking check tone, another fucking check tone, another fucking check tone, check tone, check tone.
So I got some of these that I'm working on, but if you have really long lines, let's do right. If you have really long lines, then you're probably going to use something that's more like rap or hip hop or something like that, so you can blast through them pretty easy. But if you have little short lines, you don't have as much going on, then you probably want to use something that's a little bit slower or more has more just like tones in it. So it kind of depends. Anyways, I was going to show. Let's see here. In fact, actually, what I originally started with is I wanted to make a video shitting on Assassin's Creed Shadows because I thought it was super, super fucking gay. And I wanted to make fun of the fact that they put a black dude in there. So.
これが八ママネイトリはセンディラルスンディービド名前シオンニョンのほんのゴンのソルディピリンスンディービド Nigga, figure weed, smoking bitches on my dick, be bouncing, cocaine, Glock, sucking nigga dick.
So I wanted to have that, and I wanted to do an Assassin's Creed Shadow video, but it never really worked out, and I was having a great time just fucking with it. But that's what I originally wanted to do, and that's what got me into the music. So I'm gonna show you guys. So Amber, yeah, I'll show you guys what I'll show you what that really is. Also, that song originally. This is just in a Discord chat. It was one person can post a word, and you just have to, put a word. Doesn't matter what it is, put it in there, and we're going to make a song out of it. And you can only post one time. You can't post duplicate words, or like you can't, post one and then post another. Somebody else has to post one before you can post again. And so by doing that, we were able to make it, and it was pretty fucking good. I might release this one because it's pretty funny, but yeah, making songs that way could be really fun. The other thing you also have to deal with too is you have to know how to spell things so that you can get around the censors. So you got to be very phonetic about what you want. Anyways, so to kind of show you guys how like post-production stuff, and so I want to really show you what that looks like and what it takes to fix a song, so to speak. So this is the song from the trailer.
4x4 will have you feeling manly with the
Right, and so,
testosterone you get
let me
from
turn
a
it down a
truck.
little bit.
And it's all
I really liked how this one turned out, and I was like, okay, cool, chip it, we're good, right? Because the audio was good, the vocals were good, the music was good, and I was like, okay, you know what, this is a good generation, let's go for it. And it was emotive when I wanted it to be, and it did what I wanted, but that also took, I think it was 120 songs generated before I got that out of it. But other times you'll be generating stuff, and
Hey, y'all, listen up real quick. My buddy's girlfriend called me the other day.
right. So this
and
is
said
one of
she
the
couldn't
original
find his
ones that I
balls.
wanted to have.
I said, "What do you mean you can't find his balls?"
But then it got ruined, and you guys
I don't know.
will hear it in just a
I
moment.
think he might have lost them. And I said, "I think I know where they are. Just look out the window and see if they're hanging from his truck." My girl said I don't have balls. She said I don't have the guts. She said she wants to take a ride with me. So I bought her truck nuts. Truck nuts. All of my buddies, they got truck nuts. All of the girls, they want truck nuts. If you don't have balls, then you better have guts. Then you better have nuts. Then you better have nuts.
And now it ruined itself because it just compressed whatever that fucking thing is to shit. And I hate it. It's so gay. Yes, the tempo is 100% off. It fluctuates between 138 and 135 and 140 BPM. It's never like actually like there. It's frustrating to me, and it really like it triggers my perfectionist like mindset. But yeah, the shift up is good, and I like the shift up. I liked it, right? I really liked how it shifted up and how it was in the flow of that song. Like I was like, man, this is fucking great. I know what I like. I don't know how to make what I like. So that's why I'm using AI to make these. Otherwise I would be actually producing and doing all that shit. And I was also a DJ for a while. And so when I did DJ work, I knew exactly what I liked. I knew what a crowd would like. I knew all that shit. And so like I know what sounds good and what's going to actually be cool. The problem is I just don't know how to fix it. And so Suno has an editor function. So this song right here, I was able to go over to the side, remix and edit, and then open an editor. And in here, I can actually have it.
Listen up real quick.
I can replace sections. So let's do
Truck nuts. All of the girls, they got truck nuts.
right. That sounds better.
They got truck nuts.
So I was able to replace that, and I was able to prompt it in order to fix that little section right there, and I was able to do a little bit more with what I wanted. And you can do that to change your melody, change your lyrics, change stuff up, and you can add your little extension, and it's super fucking cool to be able to do this in the editor. Then what I can do is I can then extract the stems and then use that elsewhere. And when you do it with your stems, the problem that you have is you have to choose the right stem or the right song for the right stems, and then also pray that it generates stems properly. So the other for the trailer, right? On that, what I had done is on this song, or let me actually, where's the files? Let me fucking find the files. I need that's important. Where at? You don't remember where they went. real quick. Hold on. There's some other things that I saw in here. Spotify is Truck Nuts. Yeah, Truck Nuts album is the fact that I can say that. Yep, my first album, Truck Nuts, is on Spotify. What a fucking fever dream. What dimension are we in that I have released Truck Nuts and all of these fucking songs onto Spotify, Apple Music, and everywhere else? I don't even know. I will also say, for anyone that didn't hear before, I know I haven't plugged it at all. That's mainly because I don't. Do I need the money? Not particularly. I mean, it'd be great to do more. But if you want, buy me a coffee. Link down below will allow you to support me if you choose to do that. It is not necessary. I do not do this for the money. I do this because I greatly enjoy what I do. So if you do decide to support, I appreciate it. It is not necessary at all. Anyways, what was I looking for? I'm retarded. Give me a second. The song. Okay. I need to find the track, and I need this to not be so goddamn big. Music, bigger nuts. Okay. So, I was able to extract the goddamn. Sorry for the flashbang. So here we go. I was able to extract the instrumentals and have that completely in there. Link to Spotify is in the description. It's in a post. I'll put the link to that Spotify here in just a minute. Actually, can I just post that in chat right now? 1 second. There we go. There's a link to Spotify. But yeah, I was able to extract the audio from that, and then or the
truck lapstone bang,
and then the vocals separately.
Truck nuts, hitch ball, some little rubber grave.
So I can, when you extract your stems, you can do that, and there's two different ways that you can go about it. You can do every single instrument, which is kind of whatever. It may not actually do that properly, or you can do every a simple version, which just does vocals and instrumentals. Vocals and instrumentals usually works better, but sometimes you can have it generate the stems properly. It is expensive. Each song on Suno is about 10 credits, right? To generate stems for something is 50 credits. And if it isn't right, you have to spend another 50 credits to do that. So, yeah. But what I'm trying to do is I do want to fix this song because I think it sounded pretty good. And as you can see down here at the bottom,
They got truck nuts.
the BPM is kind of all over the place. And I don't know if it's just not
They got
detecting
truck
it right.
nuts.
But, yeah. Give me one quick second here. 1 second. All right, and breakfast is actually on its way, so I got a couple more minutes. But I'm going to show you guys how to replace sections really quick, because using this is can be a little confusing at first. So this is the section that I wanted to replace right here.
The girls,
Right?
they want truck nuts. If you don't have balls, then you better have guts. Then you better have guts. Nuts. Then you better have nuts.
Okay, so I want to replace that. So I'm just going to extend it across this whole thing here. And then I want to replace that section. Replacing the section also takes 10 credits at a time, so it can get expensive, if you really want a song. So make sure that it actually is a banger that you really like. And yes, AI has come so far from music. The thing that really and I know, end of the thing tirade. Holy shit, that's not what I wanted to go to. Well, that's where we are now. Is it gonna actually go back? Okay, cool. It saved it. Awesome.
Then you better have nuts. Then you better have nuts. You truck nuts. If you better, then you better have nuts. They better have nuts. They got truck nuts. If you wanted that balls, then you better have nuts.
I don't know. I got to keep playing with it and figuring it out. I like the song. I like the way that it is. I just got to tighten it up a little bit. But anyways, this is what you can really do. It's pretty cool. But the final thing I'm going to really go over before we go is just kind of a rant on AI. So many people are against AI. I don't understand it. It's really, really dumb. It's people that are going to be replaced by AI if they don't embrace it. This stuff is really easy to do. It's super, super awesome. You can make music and a lot of people also base that off of what they've seen in the past from AI. They're not looking at the bleeding edge. They're not looking at what Veo can do and what it can do in the future. They're not looking at music generation. They're not looking at any of this. And they think that for whatever reason, they're still going to be relevant. They're not going to be relevant at all. So I can, in Suno, I can even upload my own songs. Right? I can record my own songs, bring them into Suno, and use Suno as an editor of songs that I create. Like, what the fuck are you, like, you can't, you like, okay, I have audio that's really fucked up. Like, my vocals are really choppy because the mic that I was using sucks. I need it to be enhanced. It'll enhance the shit out of it for you. You want a section to be brighter. You want you want the audio mixing to be more on point than what you had before. It can do that. There is so much that AI can do to enhance a creative that people need to understand. You can actually do all of this sort of thing, all of the shit with. You can also make your own, enhance your own art using AI. There is so much that you can really do with it that people think that it's the most evil thing in the world, but anyone that thinks that are going to be replaced. They're going to be putting fries in the bag. There is nothing that anybody can ever say that will convince me that AI is not the future, because as someone said in chat, look at where AI music was a year ago and look at what I'm doing now, and tell me that it's not the future and the trajectory that it's currently going. Or video. Shit, in January, I couldn't do anything close to what I can do with Veo 3. Right? That wasn't even a thought in anyone's fucking mind. It was, people thought, hey, maybe in 5 years we'll have that. They didn't think that in 6 months. So this is a rapidly growing space, and creatives need to embrace it in order to get the most out of it and to really build into something that can enhance what they do. And, you know, at the end of the day, my generations and what I do is all from my mind, right? So it's all stuff that I've thought of. I thought of, you know, how I wanted Tectone to look. And all the dialogue and everything that I do, I've made all of it. And so, like, I've written everything that goes into it. I've used my mind to do all of that. And so, in essence, I have used that to become a better creative than a lot of other people. Now, that's not saying that I'm able to do a lot more than a lot of other people just because of the tools. I'm not saying that I myself am superior, but if I compare what I make to some fucking drooling retard that's on DeviantArt making Sonic OC, you know, scat porn, I think that I can do better. In fact, if I wanted to do what they do, well, that was a pretty close strike right there. But if I wanted to do what they do, I bet I could do it better with AI. So just saying, you know, anyone that says that AI is dead, I'm telling you right now, AI is the future, and NVIDIA would not be the most valuable company in the fucking world if AI was going to die anytime soon. So I got a couple more questions in here that I'll answer, and then I'm going to bounce because I am fucking starving. Let's see here. Scan old Polaroid photos. Yes, 100%. Absolutely amazing way to use it. It's it's one of the best ways to upscale old photos and retain stuff, and also be able to digitize it. If you take a picture of a Polaroid with your phone, as long as you don't have any artifacts in the picture, you can upscale anything. It's pretty great. Telephone operators. The problem with telephone operators is voice agents for AI are not intuitive enough to understand business functions. I tried to use AI to convert a Markdown document into a Word file. It did not understand what the fuck it was doing. It lost its fucking mind. It was a disaster. But if I wanted to make a program in order to convert it from that into Markdown into a docx, it can do that no problem. But actually writing it and converting it itself, didn't know how. Also, voice agents aren't reliable enough to really do that. I don't know how many times I've tried using Gemini Live, and it's just been an absolute disaster. So for phone operations, most that involve any level of like actual thought at all, or nuance. Like, I work at a call center, and the reason my job hasn't been replaced is because there's nuance and stuff that has to be done for warranty work and for distributing work orders and stuff like that. So, yeah, let's see. No idea this was a thing that was going to be available. I thought this was going to be something that was going to come to music and images. I did not know that we would be where we are now within just a couple years. I mean, the first time that ChatGPT became mainstream was, 22, 23, something like that. I know I started using AI in 2023. Was it 23? Yeah, the beginning of it, writing AI stories and generating art. At least trying to generate art. It wasn't very good at that. But, yeah. Roach Kingdom game. I've actually genuinely been looking at using it to make a game. And now that I've made all of this, I would probably make a game with these characters. So, I don't know if I would call it Roach Kingdom, but I'm definitely looking at that. Let's see. Skyrim and real life shorts. See, I don't like a lot of the vlog stuff. I think they're really low effort trash because they're really easy to just put an IP and just do that. No one is actually really. There's a couple people that are trying to use it for film, but the vlog stuff is just, it's so low effort. I mean, here, let's do this. Let's see here. Walks up to a storm trooper and says, "Yeah, eat shit." Fuck it. We'll just say eat shit. He then laughs and runs away. And then here, selfie or vlog style. And then we'll do text and boom. Like, it vlogs, it's just it's low effort. I mean, it takes nothing. There's nothing unique about it. There's nothing crazy about the shot. It's just a vlog. You don't need to give it camera direction. You don't need to do anything. It's just low effort. I understand, like, some of it can be cool, but so many people do it. It's whatever. And then a lot of people don't push the boundaries with what is being said by AI. A lot of people just play it safe. Like, some of the Genghis Khan ones, those could have been a lot better because, they could have used some more language in there to make it more entertaining. The Bigfoot ones, I don't know. They play it safe. All of them are just playing it safe to be advertiser friendly. I don't give a fuck. I don't care about being advertiser friendly. I don't care about being monetized. I don't give a shit. I'm just here to entertain, right? If people want to be entertained by it, cool. If they don't, I don't really care. But all I really want is to entertain people. Vlog style tech tone with the selfie stick. Yeah, vlog style is just it's fucking yeah. Let's see. How many credits does it take to make an average video of 5 minutes? Well, here I can actually do the calculations for you. Here we go. We got the handy dandy calculator. So I'm retarded. So 5 times 60. Okay, divided by 0.08. Oops. Hold on. 5. Okay. So let's just say 37.5 generations to get that. To get about 5 minutes. And then for cost, on average you're gonna need, it's probably gonna be 3 generations per scene to get it right. So you're looking at about $112 thereabout in order to get a 5-minute short done. Oh, I didn't put selfie stick.
Eat shit.
But yeah, that's all it takes. It's fucking easy. Yeah, 112 US dollars. That's roughly what it takes. So every generation is $1, right? And then every generation is up to 8 seconds in length. So once you and also like this scene right here, I kind of like how this played out. I think that looks funnier to me, right? But it didn't come with audio. This one did.
Eat shit.
But that's it. It's not what I wanted. It's not what I wanted. It's not what I have in my mind of what I want it to be. So I want to sit there and enhance what it does, or I can just be, waste a shitload of money and constantly generate that over and over again. So yeah, doing these is really low effort. Like there's so many things that you can really do with it, but a lot of people just play it super safe. Let's see here. Just looking at a couple more things. Grok, yes, Grok has been really good with that. But I've also been using Gemini has also been pretty good with it. But yeah. Let's see. Just looking. Yeah, way too many Bigfoot ones. Yeah, I know. See, here's the other thing too that I'm gonna say. A lot of people really don't seem to. They're disregarding a lot of AI because they're seeing all the Bigfoot, they're seeing all the Star Wars, they're seeing all these other ones that have popped off. They're seeing the AI ASMR and they're going on the train. I have no desire to. I mean, I made a meme of the what's it called, the glass fruit cutting, but personally, I wanted something more unique, something more handcrafted, and unfortunately, a lot of my stuff is getting disregarded as just trash because they see all of this the Bigfoot stuff, or all the Stormtrooper vlogs. Now, I mean, some of it's funny. and I can't deny that some of it's funny. I can't just say it's all bad, and I'm not hating on it because it's not mine. I'm just saying that it's frustrating. And I think that I know that Asman has not watched any of my stuff because he thinks that it's low effort slop. That's what he generated. So I know that's a big reason why he hasn't watched it, even though it's better than what he did and what other people do. in my personal opinion. But hey, I'm pretty fucking biased. But there's just so much out there that people just disregard it and don't look at it because they just think it's just more AI shit. So it's kind of hard to really get in. I'm very lucky that people even watched what I made. Extremely lucky. Speaking of games, yes, I have seen that. I've also seen Primogen and his stuff. I've seen a lot of people talking about it. I just haven't sat down to actually like make it happen. I have ADHD a lot, and so I'll start doing something. I'll decide it's too much effort, and then I'll just stop, and I won't do it, even though I should. And so also I need to get a better processor. I got cursed with the i9 14900K curse, so my processor is dying, and I can't do Unreal games anymore. And Unreal is what I was looking at really doing. Unity is what I might end up going for, but doing I can make all the assets with AI, not a problem. The only real issue is just going to be animations and specifically like looping idols and stuff. Let's see. I don't know what that means by a group of creators to shut down OnlyFans. I think paying for OnlyFans is fucking retarded, but yeah, I personally don't. If that's what you want to do, cool, do it. I mean, power to wasting your money if you want. There's so much free shit out there, or you can just, you can generate your own. But yeah, paying for it I think is pretty dumb in my opinion. Yeah, Intel strikes again. Yep, it's a plague. I have 2 computers in the house. I have another one that's set up actually on my TV that I'll play games on the couch every now and then with games that are controller compatible. I can't play shooters with the controller anymore. I can't. I have to use a mouse. So when I play shooters like Tarkov or whatever, I'm on my computer. But if I'm playing like Path of Exile or whatever, sometimes I'll go and play over there, and that has a 5950X or whatever, and a 3080 and some other shit. And then this computer has it's the 14900K and a 4070 Ti. Like they're some decent machines, but man, getting Intel was a fucking mistake. I want to replace the motherboard and processor really bad. But the only reason I got this computer, I know, tangent, the reason I got this computer, it was at Best Buy. It was a CyberPower built PC, and I inspected it before I bought it because it was an open box and it was a return. So it had 64 gig of RAM, 2 1 terabyte hard drives, 900 watt power supply, the 4070 Ti, and the 14900K, and a decent motherboard. And they wanted $1,200 for it. And I was like, you know what, $1,200, can't really argue with that. Let's do it. So that's the only reason I even bought it in the first place. Otherwise, it would have been AMD. Everything else on it's been perfectly fine. I've used CyberPower before. In fact, I used to live near where CyberPower was. My first ever gaming PC was a CyberPower PC that I went and purchased. I was working at my dad's law firm. He didn't want to pay me anything. And so the little bit that I made, I saved up to buy a starter gaming PC, and I went and picked it up because I didn't want to wait for shipping. Can't generate AI porn. Yeah, you can. Of course you can. You can't do it with Veo, but a certain other platform, you certainly can. There's also other models that allow you to do that. If you guys really want to delve into it, if you go to 4chan and the GIF board, I guarantee that there is at least 1 or 2 AI porn threads, and there are detailed instructions of how to do it there if you would like to do that. There is stuff for online rendering and local rendering. So if you would like to do that, you certainly can. No, I'm not partnered with anybody. I don't make any money from any of these streams unless people donate to buy me a coffee. My monetization was turned on for a single day that I had a single stream on. Outside of that, I don't make any money from any of this. So my monetization was turned off on YouTube because of an AdSense issue. So I can't do any monetization for another 32 days. So, yeah, I am not in it for the money. I am not in it for anything. I am just here to share my expertise and advice and shit that I've learned. I'm sure there's people out there that are more professional and intelligent than I am at doing this, but hey, you know, you guys are here watching me, so I'm sharing what I know to help you guys with your generations. So, yeah, no, I don't make anything. I don't have any partners. I don't have any. I'm not even gonna put any referral codes in. You know, would that help? Sure, but it's just not my style. I'm here to entertain. That's really it. They still giving you the money that was sent through? Yeah, they did. No, I don't know anything that was sent before. I did receive. So, yeah, don't worry about that. I did receive that, and I really, really do appreciate it. But for the most part, yeah, I'm not monetized right now. I don't really care. It's not important to me. All that I really care about, and my biggest thing that I really care about is I just want people to laugh and enjoy my content. If I offend a few people, I don't really care. I'm doing it because I think it's funny. And if people don't find it funny, that's on them. They don't have a sense of humor. Stingy with this type of info. Well, so here's the thing. People are very stingy with this type of info just because they want to be the only source of this. They don't want anybody to know how easy you can do it once you know what the tools are. And when I say easy, I don't necessarily mean that it's really easy to do, because like it still takes a lot and it takes money to do. But like it's easy once you know the tools, you can get something done. The hardest part and the biggest barrier that anybody is going to have is your imagination, right? Like, for example, when I described Pirate Software as a midget with Down syndrome, has long wavy brown hair, a wizard hat, black t-shirt with skull and the words Pirate Software, rainbow pants, and a foxtail in front of a McDonald's, right? So that's how I wanted to describe him, and that's what I wanted him to be, because I think that's fucking hilarious, and it's still an accurate enough description of what he looks like to make a caricature. So that's my imagination in describing somebody. I could have taken a picture of somebody, put it in Whisk, and had it generate what they look like and use that. But I think that's defeats the point of being imaginative, in my opinion, and it makes it less funny. But to each their own. Yeah, Pirate Downey Jr. So, what did Google do? Google didn't do anything to me. It is entirely my fault that I fucked up. I fucked up when I made my AdSense account, and it being an older one where I had accidentally registered it with as an organization, not understanding that meant that I had to have an LLC or whatever, and that was for a website that I was prototyping. Let me actually see, is that website still up? Yeah, it is. God damn, it looks so fucking bad. Here, I'll just show you guys this. So, here's another thing you can do with AI. So this is something that I made with AI. Purely, I don't know anything about coding, web dev, anything. So pure AI. This is all with TypeScript stuff. All that I did. Learn more page that had information on it. And then it had a light and dark mode toggle that kind of worked but didn't. And then where was the demo? There was a demo that I had that was showing different things. So like how you can track work orders, documents, see analytics, admin, and then there was a 3D view that it didn't work. Well, but when I ran it locally, there was a 3D view where you can see where things were. So I was trying to do this to sell to my company so that I can make a lot of money, and also optimize a lot of things that were really fucking retarded. But yeah, it's pretty cool. Again, all AI is just me sitting here and bashing my head against the keyboard trying to get exactly what I wanted and just describing things properly. But yeah, a web dev doing this by hand, it would take forever. Absolutely. And so the cool thing about it is that if I wanted to just say, hey, here's a template, go build something out of it, I could. It does have 3D shit built into it. It's pretty fucking cool. It also had a thing where you can actually preview PDFs and documents on the back end with the demo, but the logins this login service is disabled because I'm not paying for it anymore. But yeah, I don't know. I was trying to do something to make extra money, but the point is that I did a lot with AI and really trying to figure it out. And when I was doing all of this, I really fucked up and registered it because I wanted to have AdSense and analytics and shit just built in, so it would be turnkey. And I registered it as the organization and not as an individual, so that I could hand it over. And by doing that, YouTube and Google just said, no, you can't do that to monetize as an individual on your channel. So I have to wait 32 days to reapply with a new thing. But yeah, a lot of cool stuff. It was pretty cool. The logo for it, I thought was really funny, but nobody ever caught on to it. It was what it was. So yeah, AI. There's so much you can do with it. People that fight it. I mean, here's my challenge. My challenge is, if somebody knows web development and they want to sit down and they want to make a more complete website, and go against somebody with AI, I would challenge. And okay, let me rephrase that. As long as we're not talking about, we're talking about just making the website. We're not talking about putting security features. We're not talking about anything like that. But just getting a website done, built, and like functional, and having somebody do it by hand versus by using AI. The person with AI, you're going to prototype and you're going to get something done way, way faster. Now, the guy that knows his coding, he may know exactly how to make things work the first time, may know how to fix errors better, and may end up with a better product. However, they're going to be far slower than just being able to use AI to prototype. The only downside of using AI to prototype and then going back in and fixing it is you have to understand and look at the code, which means you need to know what rules to put in order for it to actually generate properly. So there's a ton of shit that goes into all of this and learning it. But all this is to say is that people gatekeep this. They say that they don't want to tell you what they use. They don't want to tell you all this other shit because they know that if anybody knew that anybody can do it. Anybody can do it, right? I want people to go out and do it. Everyone should be able to. It's great. It's cool. Use AI, be creative, put your ideas out there, use your imagination. Just do it, right? If somebody does a better series than me, I'm going to cheer them on, right? Because they did something cool with their imagination. But at no point do I want anybody to ever be gatekept just because somebody wants to be exclusive in a space. I do all of this because I enjoy doing it. There is no part of me that ever wanted to gatekeep or keep any of this away from people. And I always wanted to teach people how to do things. I just never thought I'd get an audience of anyone that wants to listen to what I had to say or even want to look at any of this. So, let's see. A few more messages, and then I'm definitely gonna go eat some breakfast. I'm craving bacon right now. Bacon and pancakes. That sounds fucking fire. Let's see. So much you don't know what I would do with it. Well, the thing is, start with a single idea, right? So I started with the single idea of, hey, I fucking hate doing this task. I want it to be automated. And it has to be something you can automate digitally, right? So I automated a task at work because I didn't want to fucking do it. It took me 10 to 12 hours a week, every single week to do, and I made it take 15 minutes. Now, I act like I still do that fucking 12 hours, but reality is I get everything done in 15 minutes. So think about problems that you want to solve, and think about problems that you can solve digitally, and start from there. And the best advice that I'm going to give as far as programming goes, and knowing where to start with that, by default, AI is going to do Python. If you do anything mathematical, use Python. If you have anything with text parsing, I use Java. And it's so much faster than Python and more complete than Python. But know what you're doing, or have an idea of what you want. Think about what you want to do. Kind of look and act like an actual developer and think, what would be the best language for this? And then have AI do it. And as you develop, you'll figure out more and more about how to make it do what you want. Learn the language, learn to code. And I'm not saying that as learn how to program yourself. I'm saying learn how the language works from a theory perspective. And what I mean by that is, if I have Java, right? And I'm trying to do a Gradle build, and I want to see what's going on, why my program isn't working, or what's going on with the logs, or anything like that. I need to know how programming works and how that language works in order to look through those logs and figure out what's wrong. I'm not using it to write code. I'm just using it to understand how to fix and how to debug and be a better software engineer in that aspect. Let's see. Website setup takes forever. Yes, it does. Doing local is great, but actually pushing it out through another service. Who the fuck do I use from mine? Is it Vertex? I don't remember who I use for deployment, but there's another thing I use for deployment. Push to GitHub and then push to that service. Let's see. Okay. Let's see here. Yeah, see, that's the thing, is that smart, lazy people don't want to do anything, and the smart, lazy person will find a way to get around doing things and make their life easier. Yeah. How do I become a Blizzard dev? Well, see, here's the thing.
Stop smoking, Charlie! I'm gonna call my dad. He made World of Warcraft. He'll sort you out.
Your dad has to work there. You can't just be there. Your dad has to be there. You have to be a fucking nepo baby. Getting existing open source, making small changes. Yeah, that is a really good way to do it, but I'm talking more of the structure of programming, like how a function works, how a method works, how what a variable is, different types, how to figure out what a type mismatch is, how for example JavaScript or TSX calls pages, things like that. I'm not talking about, like, yes, you are correct that is a really good way to learn programming, but I'm talking about more of the theory behind the languages. So, yeah, Python, Java, and TypeScript, and also JavaScript. Those are what you really want to fuck with for that. So, yeah, last little plugs here. Truck Nuts, the album, is available on Spotify, Apple Music, YouTube Music, Amazon Music, anywhere that serves that shit. Hey, if you are still one of the people listening to Pandora for whatever fucking reason, maybe you will hear Hassan is Gay just randomly pop up out of fucking nowhere. It is all over the place. I have no idea how I've managed to ship post my way in order to do this, but fuck, it's there. All the songs will always be uploaded to SoundCloud first, so you can always look at it there. Part 10 will be available this coming Thursday. And if you would like to support, buy me a coffee link. It is down in the description below. There is a community post as well that has all the links to the music. But with that being said, I'm going to make me some breakfast, and then maybe Tectone will be streaming. So if you guys are going to be in his Kick Chat, I'll see you guys over there. With that,